Hello guys, remember me? I'm Orbital, your Welsh engineer. And let's start this off with tanning some Kerbals and mysterious Duna base. Well, first off, I'm going to start with this launch, and it's really slow, yes. In fact, I have to mention that this is a craft that was given to me by Dr. Bones. Yes, he's one of the guys who wanted me to make a space station around the sun, and he wanted me to add him. So that's what I'm doing. However, I have to say to Dr. Bones that I did alter the craft a bit. I reduced the amount of fuel tanks on the first stages that we've got on the outside there, just so that we don't have, what do you call it? It reduced the amount of Delta V, but that was a slow launch, really slow. I had trouble with it actually when I first started, so I reduced the amount of weight, and it hasn't reduced the Delta Vs that much. And I was thinking of using Eve as a gravity braking so we can get into a lower orbit around the sun. Anyway, let's get and reveal the Sun Space Station. Thank you, Dr. Bones, by the way, for giving me this. I'm not sure. Yeah, we had a problem. The struts seem to be sticking out on there. I'm not sure if you added them or not, but if you have a fairing, you don't need to add struts to the outside of your craft to the inner fairing, because the fairings are now fixed in the game that you don't have to have those struts. Anyway, thank you for that craft, but we have another mission to go. And I don't know if you just saw it in the bottom corner there, Daniel Sanchez, or whatever. He's female. Yes, sorry about that. I tried to change it back to male, but the game wouldn't have it. Anyway, we have a problem with this module. Yes, I forgot to put some struts on there. So, in this mission, we have Total Nutter, Neo Desperado, John Cena, and Everett Dalton. And they're going to rendezvous with that space station while it's in orbit around Kerbal. It's the Vall space station, by the way. We're going to make a space station around Vall. We're going to have a mining base and everything. But anyway, back to this now. We're going to rendezvous with it, and we're going to get John Cena out there and put some struts on there using the Kerbal Attachment System mod, which I think is super awesome. Anyway, while John Cena is on his dangerous mission, let's get into the comments. From Josh Tab 2002, fun fact, this is a comment. I replied to him, a new fact, this comment will be read aloud in the next episode. And here it is, haha, back in your face. Anyway, yes, thank you for that comment. And from Coert Baker, Backer, I think it's supposed to be. Hello, it's Coert Backer. Here I want to send you a craft file for my lathe ascent vehicle, but I'm too scared that it's over-engineered. For your amazing engineering skills. Yes, someone recognizes my skills. Awesome. And I have a bit of a shallower ascent path than yours. Also, I landed on Elo, and the transfer burn took me 1,800 meters per second. It's really cool to go there. I really recommend it. Anyway, please tell me if you want my lathe ascent vehicle. I also have a German name. Just saying. Oh, that's cool. Another German subscriber. That's cool. Anyway, yes, I would love to have your ascent vehicle, even if I can just play around with it. You know, we'll get Jebediah and all that involved in it. Now, I won't say that I'm good at vehicles, ascent vehicles and all that. And I assume you mean the SSTO or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, back at the mission at hand though, we have the Sun Station, and I'm using a gravity braking of Eve to get us into a lower orbit around the Sun. This reduced the orbit because the current orbit was from me to Eve, and so, you know, little amount of Delta V, although it took a lot. But then this reduced it, so then we were almost down past, I think we were down past Moho at this point, using the Eve gravity braking, which was absolutely cool. The only thing I did forget to do, I could have done a burn near Eve to reduce the orbit a bit more around the sun. But being late at that, I decided to do the burn when when we just left Eve. That was the only time I remembered, oh, I could have done the burn there. Anyway, let's get into another comment as we're going to start the burn now. Or finish her off by here. From Dr. Bones Gaming. And thank you for that craft, by the way. This craft by here. Question, all of your mods that you're using Kerbal Quest. Good video. Thank you very much. And the mods for everyone else who's listening, it should be in the description now. I remembered, I made a document so I can just copy and paste it. HooliganLabsAirships, KerbalAlarmClock, Kerbal Attachment System, MechJet, ModuleManager, SCANsat, KerbalEngineerRedux, KustomKerbals, Environmental Visual Enhancement mods, Kerbal Inventory System, Trajectories, Planet-based mod systems, Docking Alignment Indicator, and the new ones I've added is RasterProp Monitor. So yeah, they're the mods I'm using at the moment on this game, and they're absolutely cool. They're sort of like my go-to mods. The RasterProp Monitor thing was brand new, so I got to get used to that first. Anyway, look at this. I'm cooking Kerbals alive. Do you want yours fried or boiled alive? Yes, I thought this is cool. I wasn't sure on the distance from the sun that we could have with the amount of radiation cooling we've got here. So I had to guess it. I've never been this close to the sun before. What we're at, periapsis, which is 1,413 million kilometers away from the surface of the sun. Yes, that's awesome. Anyway, as we're finishing looking at the Kerbals, seeing if they're dying there's Dr. Bones in the front, yeah, he piloted the thing. From no one here, what got you into making YouTube videos? Actually, it was a mixture of things. First off, it was the game. I learned about the game in a magazine, then I went to YouTube to research about it, found Scott Manley, of course. Got him to teach me how to play the game, which took me quite a while, actually, to get to this level. And, yeah, then I started going with thing. I found Kurt J. Mack through Kerbal Space Run and found out about Minecraft. Well, I knew about Minecraft, but that was when I first learned about YouTubing in general, and you could make a living off it. Although I'm not trying to make a living off it, of course. No, I haven't got the time. I've got a proper job anyway, so this is more for fun because I don't have to answer to anyone except you guys. Anyway, after crashing the game by here, I use HyperEdit to get back into orbit. It took me about an hour to get the 2 craft in a close flyby and reducing the orbit so that I don't use so much Delta V. And I guess the amount of Delta V that I had left in them, so yeah, I had to HyperEdit the craft back in. I don't know what was wrong. I couldn't recover using the F5s I've been using. I'm not sure if the mods or something. Anyway, back to the YouTube video things. When I learned that Kurt J. Mack was an introvert, like I am, so I don't know, is there a thing about YouTubers being introverts? They got more time on their hands to do this, although I've got less now. Yeah, but when I learned about that and he was a shy guy, I thought, why not do my hand at it? If you look at my early videos, I was absolutely terrible. I didn't know what to do. I just winged it, like I am now. I still have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm still winging it. Although I sound a bit better, I think I'm doing it. Anyway, thank you for that question. Anyway, from Tony Donaldson. Hey man, CA. You put me as a Kerbal, please? No problem, I've added you, and I don't think you're on a mission yet, but I'm going to try and get a load of Kerbals out on missions. It's a goal of mine. So yeah, don't worry, you're added. Your name's already in the pot. Anyway, as we're getting closer, from Shane Baldwin. My name is Shane. I've been playing KSP for a while now, and I would love it if I could be one of the pioneers landing living on Lathe. Seems the friendliest to life. Thank you, and your videos are great. Thank you very much. Your videos are great. I have different opinions, I suppose, but I suppose I get the internal view and I see what I'm doing wrong, and I judge myself on that. But that aside, yes, no problem. I'll add you to Lathe. I have to note that the Lathe mission is going to be a bit harder because you've got an atmosphere on Lathe and it's almost as thick as Kirby, and I want to have it so you can land and launch, deliver ore or whatever we're going to do with it, mining mission, or have a hotel perhaps on Lathe because it's oxygen. Kerbals can take their helmets off and enjoy themselves. It'll be an awesome holidays destination. Yeah, so that's going to be maybe 1-2 episodes ago if what's his name? Kurt Baker gives me his ascent vehicle. Perhaps it might be a bit earlier. Hint, hint, hint. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Anyway, let's get to another comment as we finish docking this module. Look at that. We've got Daniel Jim Sayers, Mark Stormeller, Viljar, and a load of other Kerbals on there, which I forgot to name. Anyway, yes, from Monkey Taylor. Yes, friends of Vall. Awesome stuff. And you got friends above you on Vall now as well. And as we deorbit this stage, watch. Oh, it's going to come now anyway. This point, I didn't realise that the station was actually rotating. It set up the maneuver node, and I could have gone to the station and set it up so that it stopped rotating. But I decided, no. I'm going to use this as a challenge. Challenge myself to dock it while it's rotating and hurtling out control. So yes, this was quite hard actually. At one point, I almost gave up, but no, I said I'll keep with it because it's rotating. I'm using it in the alignment mod. You have to get the orange big blob round thing in the center to align with the docking node, and you have to get the green things. The green lines in line with the two lines to line up. And then you've got the rotation mark at the top, the orange rotation at the top, yeah, that you have to get to make the station look cool. Because you want everything to be symmetrical, don't you? Anyway, as I'm challenging myself to do that, from Limester H. My name is Liam. Please fly me into the sun. Well, I've added you Kerbal, but I think we're a bit late for that mission. But I am going to dock modules on it. I'm going to be a sun diving board onto the sun station. So any Kerbals who want to do some sun diving can do so. And we'll see how close you can get until you fry up. Anyway, as we finish the Vall station, set the icon up as a space station, we deorbit the delivery module. And look at this lovely jewel rise as this probe is going to come and meet its death. Awesome stuff. You love things like this. Well, I love things like this. Anyway, oh yeah, a Monkey Teller said, and I'm Welsh. Yeah, go Wales. Yeah, if you're not clued in, I'm Welsh. And Wales are playing in the cup and we lost to England. Damn it, blast it. Not that I don't mind Wales or England. We have a bit of rivalry here and there, but, all in all, England's got a better football team, obviously, because they won. And I'm not supporting any team, so bugger that. I'm not that type of guy. And there we go. But now, changing from moon to planet, we're back on Joule. And the survivors of this mission, what have we got? Kepler, Io, Scott Manley, Joseph M, and I forgot the other guy. That's too quick clicking them. Anyway, we get Joseph M. Watney, as I named him. Oh, you lazy bugger, why don't you walk using a jetpack? Anyway, this is the part I want to show you. I was thinking, what the hell? Is it becoming night time? This looks honestly strange. And yes, we had an eclipse. And I was not expecting this. This caught me off by surprise, as you saw Mark Watney hurtle out of control. But look at that. That is awesome stuff. This is some of the reasons why I play this game, because you get things like this. Anyway, as I've got a lot of thingies to read out. From Joseph M. Boombox is working with no apps here. Smiley face. Yes, I know it's mad. Kerbals have radio ears. From David Moore. Tip. Using landing engines provided in the planetary-based system mods, they have small fuel supply to land with and pretty good thrust-weight ratio. Yes, I didn't realise they were there until I looked later. Also, be sure to add the little landing probe on top to control them. Using these helps reduce the risk of upside-down landings. Yes, I've done that before. Had the module, not a module on top, so that you had to land it sideways, and it failed disastrously. From Johnny Az Kerman, please call it Kerbal John and send him to Lathe in an SSTO, please. No problem, as I said, SSTO is going to be a bit a while away. I'm saying a little while away, it won't be the next episode. basically. From Tin Jing De Jong. Nice video, looking forward to more missions. Well, here's one. As I hyper-edit Kerbals because they all should follow each other. Yeah, the Kerbal follow mod no longer works, which is a shame. From VS Human, awesome YouTuber, check out his latest videos. Oh, no space pirates. Oh well, looking forward to the next video. Yeah, in the last episode he said about adding space pirates or something. Oh yes, and Scott Manley is going to open this up, and look at what's in here. We have a rover, because there's a fabled launch vehicle on here on Duna, which can use to launch up into space. But ignore the marker in the background, it's not there. And I couldn't deploy the wheels in here, so I'm going to have to use HyperEdit again. But yeah, I'll have to add a story sort of thing to it. That's what I decided to do by here. You Kerbals have to survive and leave Duna and get back. Anyway, from Sam Fortescue. Fortescue? I'm probably reading that wrong. Only 3 weeks from 4,000 subs. And already halfway to 5,000. Well, it took a bit longer than that, but yeah. Great to see your channel growing. It's a shame I couldn't do more videos because the growth has slowed down somewhat. Probably because I'm not doing so many videos. But thank you for the support, guys. From Saksham Solanki. Next time when I try to run module into each other, put me away from them rather than put me in between them. Oh, I thought you wanted that. I thought you were gonna, jump onto the rover and then push the module down yourself. Oh well, so much for planning. Yeah, sorry about that. From Aaron Hendricks. You should try out a game that's coming out soon called No Man's Sky. What a coincidence! I've already got on pre-order. And I was disappointed when it wasn't coming out on the 22nd, but I can wait because they're going to add something awesome thing to it. So I cannot wait for that game. It looks cool. I had a huge comment from Jane Stacy on the whole language thing. I'll break it down. She's on about that the dialects in different countries, like China and that. I can't remember what I said in the last episode, what set that comment off or whatever. Because I don't plan what I'm going to say half the time in these. I just read the comments and hope for the best. But yes, thank you for your comment, Jane Stacy. I'll let you guys read it out if you want to. Anyway, from Aaron Hendricks, me too. So something I don't know sure that's it. From Bradley Burnett. Am I in your Kerbal fleet? Yes, you are. I believe if you already asked if to be added, I'll double check, but I think you are. Name seems familiar. From Iquin Eldar. Hi again, love your fan service reading thingamajiggy. I just added thingamajiggy to that. But he goes on, love your fans reading up the comments, makes it so much more fun to comment. On dropship, I'm fine with being dropped wherever, and I didn't say I had to survive. I trust you're in an engineer. On language, I'm Swedish, and most of us speak English as a second language. Oh yes, that's right, I was about second language, English. How many people speak it? That's what triggered the Jane Stacy's comment. And last comment, but not least, the Event Horizon. Can I have a Kerbal named Zachary and send him to Tekito? Oh, that's one day ago. Yeah, no problem. I'll add you. I don't think you have yet, but that'd be cool. Anyway, all these Kerbals at the base. What have we got? Kapla Ello, Joseph M. Watney, Scott Manley, and... Oh, come on, go to an outside view again. I just read it off the screen here. Yeah, there's the RasterProp Monitor. I have to get used to using that. Be cool to find out though. You can do fly from inside the cockpit now, which I think is cool. Anyway, after flicking as many switches as a Kerbal would do, even if it said detonate under it, you'd have to check it out, wouldn't you? Ooh, scanning. Orbit as well. Oh, that's cool. All this information. I didn't look at that. Slopes as well. Yeah, that's awesome. I think you need the thing module for that. SCANsat. Oh, we've got Addison Unsworth. And Andrew. Addison Unsworth, he was already in the station. I decided, a Kerbal forgotten. He has to be on Duna as well. I thought it would be an awesome story. And I've given them equipment to build things. I'm going to have them find a miner to mine some ore. And we're going to look for the takeoff craft, which I don't think I've added just yet. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm Orbital. Trust me, I'm an engineer, as always, as nighttime comes and falls on Duna. Let me know if you want to be added to the Kerbal. Add a comment if you want me to answer questions and whatnot. See you guys next time.